Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on HD Pocket. Today we're going to be taking a look at a new deck build that features Wormadam and Dialga EX. It's actually quite a toxic deck, especially if your coin flipping is going in your favor. Anyway, let's take a look at it. So, starting things off, the deck profile consists of 2 Burmies, 2 Wormadams, and 2 Dialga EXs. It's all you really need. The perfect opening hand, arguably, is Dialga and Burmy, because then you can put Dialga into your active spot, pump it up until it can use Metallic Turbo, and then grab 2 Steel Energy, put it straight onto Burmy, and then Wormadam's ready to go. And if you haven't seen this Wormadam card, it can be really, really good. So for 2 energy, it does 50 damage, which is alright, but then you have to flip a coin until you get tails. So it's a little bit like Misty, but in terms of attack, and it does 30 per heads damage. So even with like 2 coin flips going in your favor, that's 110 damage. Which is absolutely ridiculous for like 2 energy. Again, you can just get tails, which is, I guess, the other side of the coin, no pun intended, but that can happen. But again, most of the time you're hitting at least 80 damage for 2 energy, which is obviously really nice. And it's so easy to set up. Like, Dialga is such a good Pokemon in this meta that you can literally set up 2 Wormadams, and if you need to retreat one to bring in the other one, it's that easy. And if need be, you can have another Dialga on your bench, and then obviously you can just power that up as well, because once you've powered Wormadam up once, the extra energy that you're getting from Metallic Turbo, if you wanted to get more energy, you can just pop onto the other Dialga. So yeah, that's kind of the only Pokemon you need in this deck. I also run 2 Pokeballs, just obviously to try and grab Pokemon. I mean, you're never going to see a deck that doesn't run 2 Pokeballs and 2 Professor Researchers. I run 1 Pokemon Communication, because there's not a lot of Pokemon in this deck, but if you are looking for a Wormadam and you have like a Burmy or something, and you've got your 2 Dialgas, then it's just useful for that. I don't think you need 2 in this deck, because again, there's barely any Pokemon. I also run 2 Giant Capes as well. You could run a Potion instead of a Giant Cape, but what I usually do is pop a Giant Cape on Wormadam, because then it pops it up to 130 HP, and then it can live moves from Pokemon like Melmetal, stuff like that. I mean, 110 HP is alright, but it's still one-shottable by a lot of Pokemon in this meta. But with an extra 20 HP, it is quite useful. And then I also run the Rocky Helmet as well. The best time to play the Rocky Helmet is onto your Dialga that's in your active spot at the start of the game that's trying to, obviously, Metallic Turbo energy onto your Wormadam, because every time it gets hit, it's going to be giving out 20 damage, as well as the 30 damage that you're doing from Metallic Turbo. So I do really like the Rocky Helmet. You might want to run 2 Rocky Helmets instead of 2 Giant Capes, just so you've got a little bit more chance of grabbing that Rocky Helmet first turn with the Dialga, because it is very, very beneficial. I only have 1 Rocky Helmet though, which is why I've not tried it with 2. I guess I could buy it with pack points, but it is what it is. I also run 2 Professor Researchers, 2 Giovannis as well, just for that extra damage from Wormadam, or if you're trying to do like 40 damage or 110 damage or something with Dialga, it's very useful for that. I run 1 Sabrina, I run 2 Leafs, because Dialga, when you want to retreat it, you can just do it for free with a Leaf. Really, really good card. And then I also run a Cyrus as well, in case someone's trying to retreat a Pokemon that's nearly been defeated, then you can just obviously bring it back in willy-nilly. So I really like this deck. Again, it's very RNG based, because you can grab the 0 heads throughout every single battle, but if you grab in 1 or 2 every single time you're using Iron Head, then it's going to be just doing so much damage. So yeah, I really like the deck. It's definitely a fun toxic deck. Let's take a look at it in action. Going first, not ideal, but that's a pretty good opening hand though. We've started with the Dialga and the Burmy, which is kind of what you want to see. In fact, it's a perfect hand, because we also have Wormadam, and we have some draw potential as well with Professor's Research and Pokeball. Wow, double Dialga, Golden City. Jeez. Right, let's Pokeball. I'm a little bit worried that this is a Melmetal deck, because that thing's just difficult to get through. I could really do with a Rocky Helmet draw here. Something like that. Pokemon Communication and a Leaf. Can drop the other Dialga just in case. He's going to be able to get his Metallic Turbo off a turn before mine, because I went second. Or I went first, should I say. Okay, Pokeballs. I don't really know what deck he's running at the moment. He might be running a Wormadam deck as well. He's got 2 so he started with 2 Pokeballs. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, it is the Melmetal deck. Okay. It's a shame. This thing is horrible. Absolutely horrible. Right, we got the cape. I can evolve into Wormadam. He can literally set this Melmetal up next turn, which is a little bit worrying. I can set my Wormadam up, though. I could really do with the Rocky Helmet. Yeah, he's already got the Melmetal out. So he's going to be doing 120 to my whole team. Yeah, I mean... he's going to do 40 to me now. Thing is, I have to kind of use the cape on Wormadam, otherwise I get one-shot by the Melmetal. He's just used the Giovanni, so I assume he doesn't have another one. He might have two, but... okay, another Burmy. Yeah, I'm going to have to... he knocks this out next turn, unless I Giant Cape it. But he also knocks out my Wormadam if I don't Giant Cape that. So I'm going to... I mean, my main threat is Wormadam, so I'm going to have to just Giant Cape that. I'm just going to have to let this... this is just going to have to get sacked off, unfortunately. I can attack it and grab the Metallic Turbo, but that's all I can really do. He's going to swap out and bring in the Dialga next turn. There's no reason not to, because he knocks out my Dialga. Which would have been... it's why it would have been nice to have the Rocky Helmet. But... it is what it is. So, I mean, if I went second, it would have been quite ideal. He also has the Pawnyard at the back. He might have to start boosting that up. He might not even... yeah, he might just Metallic Turbo and get more energy on... okay. Right, I've got Giovanni. I'm not really drawing anything useful here. I can Metallic Turbo again and pump up my other Dialga. I've got two Giovanni, so I might run one this turn, just do a little bit more damage. Because he'll be down to 80, and then I can take him out with one heads. So I'm going to do that, and it allows me to grab some extra energy from my Dialga. So let's do that. I assume he's definitely going to knock out my Dialga next turn. He'd be silly not to, because then I can knock his Dialga out. I could really do with... I mean, if I can find a Cyrus, I can bring the Dialga back out and knock it out, but it's the Melmetal is the big threat. It does have the Bishop as well, which is a bit of an issue. Surely he swaps here. He can't knock me out unless he goes into Melmetal this turn. Okay, so he's going to X accuracy into the Melmetal. He's going to knock it out. So he hits me with a heavy impact. I can hit him for 80 next turn with my Dialga. And then he hits me for 120. I might have to do this, yeah. I might have to bring in Dialga, hit him for 80. Because he can't knock me out next turn. We do get the Rocky Helmet as well, which is quite nice. So I can pop that. I can hit him for... I mean, I can hit him for 90. But I don't think it really matters. Cause, well, no, it kind of does, because he takes 20 less damage, doesn't he? But to be fair, to knock me out, he has to take the Rocky Helmet anyway. So, yeah, we just hit him for 100 here. Well, we hit him for 80. He then hits me for 120. He can't Cyrus me because I'm not taking any damage. So he hits me for 120 here. I then bring in Wormadam. Take out the Wormadam. Take out the Melmetal. As long as I hit... I don't even need to hit a heads because the Rocky Helmet will do enough damage. And then it's a Dialga. So it could come down to a coin flip unless he has anything that he wants to do. Okay, so that's fine. Hits me for 120. I mean, he might have the Cyrus at the back anyway. And if he does, then it's kind of GG's, but can't really do too much about it. If he has a Cyrus, he wins anyway, but... Right, we knock this out regardless. Regardless whether I get a coin flip or not, I knock this out. Okay, we don't get one, but I knock it out anyway. Does he have the Cyrus? If he has the Cyrus, he wins. But I assume he has the Cyrus. Yeah, I assume he has a Cyrus. He wouldn't bring this in otherwise. Cyrus is such a good card, man. No, he has a Sabrina. Wait, then we win. We win. We actually win. Because he can't knock me out here. He can't Giovanni. And then I don't even have to risk the coin flip with Wormadam. I just bring in Dialga and knock it out. I'm pretty sure. I don't think he can win from here. He's just realized he can't win from here. He's like, oh no. How has this happened? So yeah, he heavy impacts. I retreat into my Dialga. So do this. Retreat into Dialga. Hit him for 100. And that's game. Jeez, man. That was a tough, man. That Melmetal was a tough... it's a tough thing to go up against, but I think we played around it really, really nicely. I think we played around that really, really nicely. Really, really nicely. Alright, we'll grab the victory against Gabriella. That was tough, though. That was a tough one. That was a tough one. Give him a little thanks. That was a good game. I think it would have gone a lot better if we went second that turn. But if we went second at the start. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Right, let's get another game. See if we can get Wormadam popping off. This guy's got the badges. He's got the badges. Right, are we going first or second? Okay, first again, not ideal. It's quite a bad opening hand, really. I mean, we've got a couple of turns to try and grab the Burmy, but it's not a great opening hand. And we're going first, which also isn't ideal. Dratini, a Dragonite deck. I don't see many of them anymore. Alright, that's pretty nice. We should hopefully get a Pokeball or a Burmy from this. Okay, there's the Burmy. And we get the cape as well. That's quite nice. Ideally, you want Rocky Helmet on the Dialga and not the Giant Cape. Because the Giant Cape allows Wormadam to survive things like Melmetal and stuff like that. But two Pokeballs, turn one. Not ideal. He's got the Magnemite. Magnezone and Dragonite is an interesting combo. Magnemite, Dragonite. I've not seen Magnezone Dragonite combo. Okay, so he's trying to find a Dragonair maybe, or maybe he might be trying to find the Magneton. Communication is such a good card. We do have the Cyrus, which is quite nice in case we do some damage to the Dratini and he wants to like try and boost up a little bit. He pops on the Giant Cape as well. He's got Water Energy next turn, so he can't hit me. That is one beefed up Dratini, though. Sabrina, not ideal, but I can't really do too much this turn anyway. Yeah, I mean, I could Sabrina next turn and start dealing damage to the Magnemite, but I assume, I mean, one of those cards is a Pokemon. It might be Dragonair, it might be Magneton. He may have also just drawn another one. Okay. So he can't hit me, so we can start dealing damage to this. We get the Rocky Helmet as well, which is quite nice. I might... No, I feel like I need to start doing damage to this thing, don't I? So, like, hang on. Next turn I can do 50 at least. So yeah, I have to Geo this turn. If I Geo this turn, I can knock it out next turn with Wormadam. Do I have a Leaf? I do have a Leaf, okay. So I can knock it out next turn as long as he doesn't evolve it. Even if he evolves it, it's not the worst thing in the world, and I can Cyrus it if need be. Because as soon as this is gone, it's... Oh, okay, never mind. I was going to say, as soon as that was gone, that's like his biggest win con. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Alright, so another dub though. Got myself another badge, you love to see it. Right, let's go again. See if we can go second this time. Anyard, level 17, quite new to the game. Let's see what deck they're running. They might not have the best cards if they're only level 17. Alright, we're going second, that's nice. It's not a terrible first hand, so I have the Rocky Helmet and the Pokeball hopefully finds Burmy. I've got a 2 in 3 chance of getting a Burmy from the Pokeball. Unless I just draw... If I draw Dialga or Burmy, then it's fine. But if I draw Dialga, I guaranteed a Burmy on the Pokeball, so... Squirtle the Magikarp. Okay. Never mind. That's a shame, man. Why concede, bro? I didn't even draw that card. Oh, I guess they conceded to try and probably just for the event, just to get the pack hourglasses and stuff. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Completely understandable. Getting a couple of concedes today. That's the only time I've gone second today as well. Another level 17. We're gonna go second this time. Hopefully we go second this time. I want to go. They bought the Cynthia. We are second again. Let's see what we can grab. It's not ideal. We can sell 2 Wormadam's Marshadow. I mean, we can Pokeball hope for the Dialga, but I don't really know. Far-fetched and Marshadow. Right, see what they want to do. Sabrina, not ideal. Let's Pokeball. Hopefully grab a Dialga. Oh, another Burmy. That's really, really unfortunate. Alright, we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way and just set up Wormadam normal style. Let's drop a cape on it. I mean, the Wormadam is set up next turn, which is good. But the thing is, that Farfetch'd, he could retreat the Marshadow and then bring in the Farfetch'd. Hit me for 40, and then obviously revenge kill me with Marshadow. Maybe. What? The School Fossil. He doesn't X speed. Okay. Well, we can set Wormadam up here. We might be able to knock this out if we... Hang on, I can evolve my other one as well. Double Wormadam. We could knock this out if we get a heads. We do get a heads. I mean, that's a little bit overkill. I need that against an EX. I don't need that against a Marshadow. 6 heads in a row. Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. I need that against an EX. I need that against an EX. Right, so he hits me here for 40. I might get rid of that School Fossil soon. I might get rid of that School Fossil now. Just because he wants to set it up. Like, this isn't really an issue for me, but if he sets this up... Like, he obviously wants to set this up. So I'm going to get rid of it. The 40 damage isn't too annoying. Plus, I have a Wormadam on the bench anyway. So it's not the worst thing in the world. So I knocked this out. It would have knocked out the Farfetch'd anyway, but... I mean, I literally win anyway. I don't really know what deck they're running. I don't know if they got nothing at the start, or... I mean, they are level 17, so they might not have anything crazy, but... I knock this out regardless, so... I mean, if I draw Giovanni, I knock it out regardless. But I can always retreat into my other Wormadam with Leaf, just for extra safety. He's really trying to set up that School Fossil. Right, Leak slaps me. I mean, he can't even knock me out next turn unless he Geos me. I mean, I can't leave if I Professor Research. I mean, we should be fine anyway. Like, I might want to grab this anyway, just in case I can grab something nice. Cyrus and Dialga. Let's just Iron Head here. Obviously, I don't knock it out unless I hit a heads. Okay, never mind. I don't knock it out. That's when I needed the heads, not on the other turns when I was guaranteed knocking stuff out. Right, so he might knock me out here with a Geo, but, I mean, I have a Cyrus regardless, so even if he brings a School for, yeah, we can't lose from this position. Here's the Cranidos. He might bring the Cranidos in, but that's fine. I can literally Cyrus in the Farfetch'd. I mean, if he's smart here, he does retreat the Farfetch'd, but he doesn't know I have a Cyrus, so... Okay, fair play. So he knocks out my Wormadam here. But then I bring in my Wormadam Cyrus, and then it's GG's. Rampardos might be quite a nice deck, though, especially with Lucario. I might have to try that out. I don't actually think I have a Rampardos, though. I don't think I've packed one. Which is a little bit unfortunate. There's no need for me to do energy and stuff. Because we win. I don't need to waste anybody's time here. See how many heads we get when we don't need it? No, never mind. But we've seen what it can do. I did get 6 heads in a row. We've seen what it can do. We've seen what it can do. But that's another dub.